Hey guys, I want to do a quick video on the new Campagnolo Ekar chain and show you the difference between this chain and some of the other chains. This is the a piece of the 13-speed chain. The issue with this is if you want to run the Ekar group set, but let's say you have like a cork power meter or a different crank set, and you want to run a different chain ring, you really can't because this chain is the issue. The Campy crankset actually has a weird BCD pattern. It's not like anyone else's BCD pattern at this point, which is a little frustrating that they didn't go with a regular one, but they wanted you to buy their crank with their group set, right? So let's compare this so you can get an idea of why you may not be able to run Campy Ekar with another chain ring. So this is the Campy 13-speed chain, and really the main difference is it's just narrower. Now this is a SRAM flat top, and then this here is a KMC 12-speed, which is the same as like the SRAM Eagle as far as the widths of the pins and everything. So if you compare these, you can see that the Campy is just a little bit narrower on the far left there, and then the middle is the flat top, and the right is the KMC 12-speed, which is a mountain bike width there. Now, I have an absolute black here. This is actually made for an 11-speed chain, but it will work also with the KMC 12-speed chain. You can see there it fits on fine, plenty of room. And it will even work with the flat top chain. The flat top chain has enough gap there. You can actually run an 11-speed chainring on there, and I've been doing that for a while now with my flat top chains. So you don't have to have a specialty flat top type tooth to run the flat top chain. You can just use an old 11-speed. This here is the 13-speed, and you can see it does not fit on at all. It will go on this narrow tooth here, but it will not go on the wide tooth, right? Because that is so much narrower. Now this here is some cheap chain ring it's a 12-speed. It's actually set up to be for flat top chains, and it works with a flat top chain, fits on there perfectly. If I could put it on there right there, so that one works perfectly with that. There's room, but when you try to put the E13 on there, definitely not there, and it won't even fit on the narrow ring right there. This here is the Easton flat top, and obviously the flat top's going to work. It's designed for that. The Easton, if you can see here, does not work. It's just, once again, just a little too narrow. Now, one interesting thing I found was with an old 11-speed SRAM, you could see that this one has been used for quite a while. It's nice and worn in. This one actually will work. All right, there you go. So it works because these teeth have been worn down so much. And actually, I use my old caliper here. This caliper is, I don't have any batteries left in it. But the width of like the absolute black, the width of the wide chain ring, the wide tooth, I should say, is right at 4 millimeter. If you look at the worn out one here, it actually is a little less. It comes down to like 3.5 millimeter. So you don't need much. Actually, what I have done now, because I'm about to run Ekar, but I don't want to run the Ekar crank set, is I've taken this and just taken a Dremel and just Dremel off a little bit off these teeth here. So when I measure these that I've Dremeled, they just need to be Dremeled down to about 3.5. And then mine, actually, I have it there about 3.25 is where I've Dremeled mine down. And you can see here that the Campy chain ring, or the chain, fits perfect. All right, and I do have some wax in this right here. It's getting caught up there a little bit, but yeah, so it fits perfect. So if you do want to run a Campy chain, you do have to actually Dremel your chain ring, unfortunately. And then this here is actually a 12-speed mountain bike, 36 tooth, and this one is worn down quite a bit as well. I wouldn't really run this with a new chain or anything, but this one actually fits the E13 as well, so it fits perfectly on there. So a worn out chain that is not, or a worn out chain ring that's not too worn out, actually works well with the E13. All right, so right now you The only company I know of that runs has an E13 chainring is the Ratio Technology company. I'll put a link down in the description below of that. And I'm sure there'll be more companies coming out with E13 compatible chainring. But ultimately, all they are is a regular chainring, and instead of it being 4 millimeter wide on the wide tooth, it comes out to be like 3.5 millimeters. So it just needs to be, you know, taken down just a little bit, and then you can run that Ekar chain on there. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you found it beneficial, just smash that like button. Also share it with any of your friends, and also subscribe. That helps the channel out tremendously. And you guys have a great day.